Peter had $52 and Yenni had $26. After Peter gave some money to Yenni, Yenni had $10 more than Peter. How much did Peter give to Yenni? All right. So again, this is like a transfer question as we have experienced and seen it from the previous one. Okay, so Peter having 52 and Yenni having 26, these are actual values already given from the beginning. All right. So in this case, recording a before change after diagram would be more helpful than recording a model down. All right, since actual values are already given from the start. We don't need any sort of like comparison in size between each of them from the beginning. Okay, so Peter giving some money to Yenni, that will be the transfer, that will be the change. And later on, Yenni $10 more than Peter. Now you have a comparison statement more than. This one, you will require a model in the after portion. Okay, which we will record down later on. Okay, so let's start by recording our before information. Peter and Yenni, whatever values I know, you just need to write that down. Now, Peter is going to give some money to Yenni, so that's the change. All right, so we're going to draw an arrow to show Peter giving to Yenni. Now, Peter, if he give away, means his money will decrease. But we don't know decrease by how much. We will never know that at this point. So we just put a minus question mark for Peter. Now, whereas for Yenni, she's the one receiving the money. She received from Peter. So she received means it's an increment. So it's a plus question mark. Okay, so this two question mark has exactly the same values since it's Peter giving to Yenni. Now, at the end, Yenni had $10 more than Peter. So at the end, $10 more. This is a comparison statement. I will just draw a simple model to show the $10 more. So Yenni, $10 more than Peter. Okay, it's just a very simple comparison model here. This is the after portion. All right. So notice while I'm recording my before change after, I did not involve, I don't have to go and show the transfer in the model. Say, Peter here, go and shade off, give to Yenni. Okay, you shouldn't be doing such things because the transfer, you already show it in the change. Don't forget you are doing before change after here. All right, you're not doing a purely model method to solve this question. Okay, so the reliance is heavier on looking at the before versus the after part. All right, now next thing is we need to ask ourselves, once we have recorded down the data, let's ask ourselves, is there anything that stays the same throughout this whole thing? Okay, so let's consider the change. This change is very important because why? This change, notice that it's what we call an internal transfer. Now we have internal transfer versus external transfer. Okay, so I'm just going to give you an example. External transfer, external, the word external means like outside, going out. Okay, so external transfer means, for example, Peter give some money away to, maybe say, give some money to his parents. Okay, but of course his parents are not really involved. If you notice, it's just comparing Peter versus Yenni. So Peter giving money to parents is an external transfer. Or maybe say Peter spent some money away. Okay, that's also an external transfer. Right? Now, internal transfer means he is giving to someone else that is involved in this question. So it's circulating, you see, the money that he gives is circulating within the both of them, within both Peter and Yenni. Okay, that's called internal transfer. All right. So in an internal transfer, I hope you can tell that the total will remain the same throughout. It's an unchanged total concept. Why? Because if I give money to you, within both of us, our total still stays the same as before I gave to you. Right? Let's say our total is $10 between you and I, and then I decided to give you some money, but the total between you and I still remains as $10 because we didn't give to anyone else out of our group. Okay, it's just within me and you only. All right, so the total stays the same throughout. And in this case, we are able to easily work out the total. Why? Because I have these two values. Right? Okay, can you see why I say in this case a before change after diagram is more helpful? Since the values are given here, you ask yourself what stays the same throughout, you establish that, you can easily work out the total that you require from here. All right. Okay, so yeah, let's work on that. So we're going to find out what's the total that stays the same throughout. So this total in the end must be the same as the total from the beginning. So our total will then be 52 plus 26, which is $78. So this total is $78 at the beginning, which means in the end, the total also $78. So we can record it down next to our model here. All right. Now, once you have done that, notice that focusing on the model makes, you can easily work out these 2 units, which is a very simple comparison model concept you have applied or learned in primary 3. Right, in P2, P3, you have learned such a model, right? So to find your 2 units, simply 78 minus the extra $10. And of course, we're going to go on to find 1 unit, which is $34. Notice $34, 1 unit is for Peter after. And let's record down the $34. Right? Okay, so once you have this $34 recorded down in the model, read back the question, how much did Peter give to Yenni? So Peter giving to Yenni will be the question mark. Now, does it matter you want to use Peter or you want to use Yenni to solve? Doesn't matter because this question mark is the same value. These two are the same values. Okay, so it's really up to you. So of course, I'll choose Peter to work with. It's simpler because Peter, 1 unit is already there. If you want to do Yenni, you still have to do 34 plus 10. Okay, to get Yenni's after. Let's just stick with Peter. All right, so if I were to stick with Peter, look at Peter's before, look at Peter's after. Because you have these 2 values, right? Before and after values. Only now you're missing the change, which is what you want to work on. So to find this question mark, simply use your before minus the after. Okay, depending which side is bigger. Sometimes this side could be bigger. Then of course, after minus before then. All right, so yes, to find the question mark, like I just explained, in this case, before minus after, we get $18 that he gave to Yenni.